I guess everybody's here. It's going to be here.
I got to do the roll.
Okay. You may gavel it.
This is agenda for the Quorum Court. I'm assuming the committee meeting Wednesday, August the 23rd. Start with the roll call. AG. Adams. Here. Byrd. Carroll. Here. Dumas. Here. Gaddy. Harden.
Here.
Holcomb. Jackson. Here. Johnson.
Here.
Reginald Johnson.
Here.
Marguerite Williams.
Here.
Franklin.
Here.
All right, next we'll have the report of the committee. That's Justice Ted Harden.
My next committee is called, we have 6 items on the agenda. Items 1, 2, and 3 have already been processed through committee and they all 3 failed. So we'll go to item number 4. Item number 4 is an appropriation ordinance to provide an appropriation to fund 106 AKRS.
Chair. Mr. Chair, so let me be clear on this, so for clarity's sake. So you're saying items 1, 2, and 3, they've already been through a committee.
Right.
So you're not going to deal with them.
Well, they've already failed in committee.
So with them being back on the agenda tonight, what does it mean?
Means that they weren't supposed to be on here tonight because they failed in committee already. The committee's already met and these 3 failed. We're going to address 4, 5, and 6.
Let me ask you another question. 4, 5, and 6, were they not on an agenda and failed as well?
No.
They came out of committee.
But they failed at quorum court level, yes or no? Did they fail?
This is a report of the committees, Justice Franklin.
No, we're
in committee. Report of the committee. We're in committee.
Point of
So
order.
proceed on, Justice Harden.
There is
Point of
no,
order, Mr. Chairman.
there is no order out of
Mr. Chairman,
place.
point of order.
Actually,
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
actually, I'm talking.
I just asked for a
I
point
didn't ask,
of order,
I'm not
sir.
addressing your point
I
of order. I'm
respectfully
talking.
asked for a point of order.
There is no order to be talked about.
There is no
So
order.
I don't have to address you if there's not an order.
Mr. Chairman.
Judge, did these 3 items fail in committee as well?
No.
4, 5, and 6?
No, they didn't.
They did not? Okay, so we will move on to item number 4, an appropriation ordinance.
Chair.
Order, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair.
There is no point of order. I'm in order.
Mr. Chairman.
If it was a point of order, I would let you talk, but there is no point of order because I'm in order.
Okay.
Privilege, Mr.
So you
Chairman.
had 3 items to move on to the
Point of privilege, Mr.
full
Chairman.
court.
We have 3 items that's going to move on.
Point of
Okay.
information.
So that's your report. 3 items moved on.
All right, we got item number 4. An
No, you don't have to discuss it. You had 3 items to move on from the last.
Mr. Chair.
So
Yeah,
just
we got,
adjourn the meeting.
okay, these 3 items were moved on to the full court from the previous committee.
That's your report.
Mr.
Is that your report?
That's my report.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion.
Adjourn it.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion.
My committee is adjourned.
Mr. Chair, you can't adjourn without a vote, a motion. It's still a meeting the same as others. We're still in play. This meeting is still in play regardless of
Entertain a
what
motion to
The meeting is still in play.
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion.
The meeting is still in play. You cannot adjourn without a motion and a second and a vote. We are still in play regardless of whatever it is that you and the judge have worked out.
Robert Rules of Order is
bypass-
not
Robert's Rules
it's
of
not a
Order.
statutory law.
Y'all
It's
hadn't
not
used Robert's
statutory.
Rules of Order all year. Y'all don't even know what it is.
You're exactly right. You haven't
Right.
used it.
Correct. So you can't
We haven't had
adjourn
any
without a
decorum.
motion and a second.
And
The
we-
meeting
and we-
is still in play.
And we have no rules in place. So
Chairman, I have
this
a
meeting is
motion.
adjourned.
It's
We'll move
not
on.
adjourned, but if you would like to leave, you can leave.
No,
Both of you can
no.
leave. The meeting is still in play.
You call it what you
So
want.
Justice
I'm not
Harden, are
leaving.
you going to continue to chair the meeting, or do we need to get somebody else to chair the meeting? Because the meeting is still in
You
play.
did your report, and you've done the report. We're gonna move on.
Mr. Chairman.
This is the agenda for the full quorum court meeting, August
There
the
is no,
23rd.
hey, no, sir.
We call the meeting to order.
Judge Robinson, Judge Robinson.
Mr. Steps,
At
would
this-
you-
Judge Robinson, at this
Mr.
particular
Franklin,
point,
Mr. Franklin,
Judge
you're not speaking
Robinson,
till you're recognized. You're not
we're not in a
recognized.
quorum court meeting right now. We're still in a finance meeting.
Justice-
You can't bulldoze your way through a meeting. You didn't even want to be here, but yet you come and hijack the meeting.
Mr.
We're still in a
Steps.
finance meeting.
Mr. Steps, would you lead us in a word of prayer?
Listen, we are still in a finance meeting.
Mr. Steps, I respect you too much to inject yourself in this foolishness.
We
Mr.
are
Steps, would you
still in
lead
a
us in a word of
finance
prayer?
meeting. We are still in a finance meeting. We are still in a finance meeting. We're in a finance meeting. Whatever you trying to do, whatever you trying to push, we're still in a finance meeting. We're still seated. We're in a finance meeting. Listen, at this particular time during this finance meeting that we're here,
Justice
and I think it's obvious that Justice Harden is biased.
Justice Franklin, we're going to
not
proceed.
biased.
We're in a finance meeting. We're not in a quorum court meeting. You're not gonna bulldoze your way through it. If you don't like it, you can leave. We're in a
You
finance
had
meeting. and
Justice
you're
Harden.
interrupting.
Hold on, you had Justice
Hey.
Harden.
Mr. Chairman, I
Listen.
have a motion.
He is the finance chair.
Here's what we need to do.
Now,
We're still in a
what we
finance
need to
meeting.
do?
Hey, you're out of
What-
order.
no.
Are you a
Am
member
I?
of the finance committee?
Am I
Are
out
you
of
a member
order?
of the finance committee?
No.
Yes or no? Well, then be quiet.
Who you
You're not
telling?
a member of the finance
I
committee.
ain't- I'm
Speak
not
when
even
spoken
gonna-
to.
because I know what-
It's a
I know what
finance
you wanna
committee
do.
meeting, so
But you
maintain
can't do
order.
it. You can't do it.
Oh, my goodness.
Justice, would you go ahead and say the prayer? We need the prayer.
Mr. Chairman, I
We
have a
are
motion.
in the middle of a finance
ahead.
committee meeting.
Could we pray?
We are not in a quorum court meeting. Mr. Steps, I can't tell you what to do, but what I am telling you as a person of parliamentary procedure, and you being on the city council for several years, you know the proper procedures and parliamentary procedures to adjourn a meeting. And you know in your heart, as well as the Lord above knows, we're still in a finance committee meeting right now. So I would ask you to ponder upon that. You have to have a motion, a second, and it has to be properly adjourned. We are still in a finance committee meeting. Regardless of whatever it is the county judge is trying to do to hijack a meeting that he did not even want to attend, we are still in a finance meeting.
I just went there with Kara. I just went there with her. I can't believe you would allow yourself to be used in this fashion.
I'm not the same one that you've been dealing with. Don't do-
Sir, with all due respect, don't fool yourself.
Excuse
No, I
me,
ain't fool.
excuse me. Let's don't do this.
No.
Let him pray, and then we'll continue the meeting. Let him pray. If he's standing there to pray, let him pray. Don't do that.
Not so bless this meeting in Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Okay, now we'll go with the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Secretary, would you call the roll, please?
Adams. Agee. Byrd. Carroll.
Here.
Dumas. Franklin.
Here.
Gaddy. Hardin.
Present.
Holcomb. Cedric Jackson. Patricia Johnson. Reginald Johnson. Margaret Williams.
Next, we'll have a report of the committees, Finance Committee, Justice Ted Harden.
Judge, we had 6 items on the agenda. 3 of them were already failed in committee that was previously done. And items 4, 5, and 6 was, we adjourned the meeting because they weren't addressed.
Thank you, Justice Harden. Next, we'll have do we have any comments or questions from the public on the business
Point of
reports?
order. He didn't give the minutes from the meeting from yesterday. I think he needs to give the meeting for that, because if those 3 items
He just,
he didn't address it. He addressed it today only. He said that 3 items were already on the agenda. He didn't address those, and the other 3 he didn't address. He didn't state the meeting they had yesterday and what happened during the meeting yesterday.
Justice Harden, items 4, 5, and 6 that was discussed yesterday. Go ahead with that.
Yes, the appropriation ordinance to appropriation fund, ARPA Revenue Replacement Fund. What's your pleasure?
No, you discussing minutes? You talking?
What are you asking me to do?
You went over the minutes for this meeting that just happened 30 seconds ago. And you talked about the first 3 items. You said they've already been through committee and failed, so you
That's
didn't
right.
address them. Then you said the next 3 items, which are the judges' ones, which are pertinent for tonight's meeting, you said we did address them, which means that they were addressed at
That's
the previous finance meeting yesterday. So we need the minutes from that meeting so we'll know what's going on. If they didn't make it in this meeting, they had to make it from the last one. They had to get here somehow.
Were you here yesterday?
No.
How do you know they weren't addressed?
You didn't say that they were addressed. That's what we're saying. What are the minutes of the report from yesterday's meeting? He just did the minutes from the meeting 30 seconds ago.
We don't do committee. That was committee, we don't handle committee.
These 3 items passed in committee, did they not, Judge?
Yes.
So items 4, 5, and 6 were passed to the full court yesterday's meeting.
Okay. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
May I ask?
Okay. Next.
Can I ask a
4,
question?
5,
We get it, we get it.
Now, do not speak until you're recognized.
We'll get it during the vote.
Voted up, voted down. That's what we're here for.
Catch it during the vote.
Report of the committees. He's just done that. Next, we'll have comments or questions from the public on the business before us.
Judge, can I ask?
If there's none, do we have unfinished business?
Judge,
No, can I ask the question, Judge?
reports from the constitutional office.
That's not part of the agenda.
It's not, but it's on
Can
there.
It's
I
on there.
have-
Just gonna ignore it?
Yes. I'm the presiding officer, and
You can just scratch stuff off the agenda.
Judge, can I have? Excuse me,
Now
Judge,
we'll-
I have a question.
yes, ma'am.
When we've had our regular meeting, I thought the purpose of special meetings was for emergencies, and I thought that this was emergency to pay bill. I thought that was what we were getting for it, just because we need money to pay the bills. When I know our treasurer said yesterday that our note was due 7th on the 25th, and that if we're not, we're going to be in default. So I thought that's what emergency meetings were, because just we're having meetings, and if that's the only thing that you should have an emergency meeting for,
Well, we
it's
had-
something that has
it
to
was
be
a- it
addressed
was a-
right
it
away,
was-
and that money needs to be taken care of.
The appropriations needs to be done. It was a special meeting
And
to
if
do
like you said,
that.
if they vote it down, then we can't do anything about it, we just go in default.
Thank you, Justice
Judge,
Johnson.
Judge.
Moving on. What else?
You hadn't been recognized.
Let's go. Come on, what's next?
Am I being recognized?
No.
Point of information, Judge.
Wait till we get to the vote. This is a waste of time.
Comments or questions from the public? And there was none. Unfinished business? Being there's none, we'll move on into new business. Madam Secretary, would omit 1, 2, and 3. We're going down to items 4, 5, and 6. So, Madam Secretary,
Let the record reflect we skipped over approval of agenda.
it's recorded.
And report of constitutional officer.
It's recorded, so go ahead.
Item 4, an appropriation ordinance to provide an appropriation to Fund 1006 ARP Revenue Replacement Fund, be it enacted by the Quorum Court of the County of Jefferson, State of Arkansas. Article 1, the county judge is authorized to provide an appropriation for $62,254.33 to 1006 100-3009 as detailed in the attachment. The county judge is authorized to approve the distribution outlined in the attachments. This appropriation ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval.
Move for the adoption.
Got a question.
Motion has been made and properly second.
Discussion.
Go ahead, Justice Franklin.
To make a appropriation ordinance, there are actually 3 questions. Appropriation ordinance, financial ordinance, we need 9 people, correct? Quorum for a quorum court meeting is 7, correct? 13 members on the quorum court, 13 members on finance. You guys held a finance meeting yesterday. There's 13 members on finance, and you said that these 3 items were passed out of finance. How many people were present during the finance meeting? Because Justice Harden and the county judge just said they passed out of finance. So my question is, there's 13 members on finance. How many people were present yesterday during the finance meeting? Anybody in here know how many people were present at the finance meeting yesterday?
Six.
Six. What's a quorum for a finance meeting? What's a quorum for a committee meeting for finance? 13 members, the number doesn't change. 13 is 13. 7 for a finance meeting, 7 for a quorum court meeting. Justice Harden, you've been on the quorum court over 20 years.
Well, if they
The
weren't,
number is
if they weren't on the committee
Judge,
meeting, they're still on here now.
You guys didn't have a quorum yesterday. You didn't have a quorum for a finance meeting. You didn't have a quorum for a quorum court meeting. Whatever you passed, it was illegal. You didn't have the votes for it. Now you come into the meeting today, you hijacked the finance meeting when we're trying to deal with this properly, and you've taken the opportunity away because now we have a quorum of 9, a supermajority to pass the appropriation. We can't even address these because you guys didn't pass them properly out of the finance meeting yesterday, and you stopped us from doing it today. We need 7 people in finance to pass anything out. Our county attorney's not here, but our attorney's here. We can ask her how many people we need to pass something out of finance. But you guys swear that it passed properly. Oh, we passed it.
I didn't swear.
Are you finished?
Waiting on this answer, we're gonna go around it, or am I just overruled?
You're overruled. Let's move on.
Mr. Chairman.
We're gonna move on.
Chairman.
Madam Secretary, would you move on?
Point of order.
Mr. Chair.
Point of order. At this time, and I don't know how many other quorum court members in here, I need to take a moment and I need to consult with counsel before we take this vote.
You can consult with counsel when it's time for
We're
court.
gonna consult with counsel right now.
No, no, we're
You
not.
can take a recess, you can do whatever you
Madam
want to do.
Secretary,
Mr. Chair.
move on.
I make a motion, we take a 5-minute recess.
Second.
Motion been properly made.
I'm not
and seconded.
accepting it. We're moving on with the
You don't have the
agenda.
authority to not accept it.
I'm the presiding officer.
Judge, we are not finna illegally pass these
Well,
items.
You got a parliamentary.
You're not breaking the law.
We
You
got a
don't have a
parliamentary
vote,
police
and what
in here
you're
or
not
something?
finna do is push.
Is there a parliamentary police?
It's called the Arkansas State Constitution. It's not a,
As far
passing
as I
something
know,
out of a committee by the right vote is not a
Robert
parliamentary
Rules of
thing.
Order, a statutory? It's not. No. We're gonna move on. Madam Secretary,
Nah.
move on to the next item.
If you push these items through without us conferring with council, everything is gonna fail. You're not finna force us to break the law. You don't have a vote. You coming in here and telling us. You know what?
You're
Do what you gotta
calling
do.
the meeting
Do what you
was
gotta do. We'll
illegal.
have a meeting
You
after
didn't
the
meet
meeting.
you didn't meet
Don't worry
the
about it.
obligation.
Go ahead and push it.
Letting
It's not
people
an
know.
obligation. Give people notice. You can't call a meeting on Friday for Tuesday for the same.
We have
Friday
done that, Justice Franklin,
Why am I even
for the
arguing?
regular.
Don't
That's
worry
what I'm
about
saying.
it.
We have done
Do
that
what
for the
you do.
regular
We'll meet when
quorum
you
court
leave.
meetings.
Do what you
And
do
you
when
make
we'll
those
meet.
meetings their proper notice.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
All right.
We're gonna move on.
We doing
Let's
things
move on. Let's
illegally
get this-
today.
Point of information, Mr.
Let's get this
Chair.
going. Let's
Point
get
of
this over.
information.
We got people that got questions. You gonna ignore them too?
Justice Adams.
Judge, wouldn't it be proper that we, look at all these items? Evidently, you said they passed them out of finance yesterday. We asked them to look at all of these items right now, but we cannot get a discussion on it, bypassing it. And it would just only be right if we talk about these items right now before we get to yours.
Okay.
Now, wait a minute, how all these other 3, did not make it and your 3 made it?
Justice Adams,
I'm just-
as you know, during the regular committee meeting and the quorum court meeting, that these items did not come out. You guys added these.
Your 3 did not
It
either.
didn't come out either.
Ours came out of committee. It failed, mine came out of committee,
Full quorum.
but failed in the full quorum. You asked me if they came out of committee, and did I not tell you that they came out of committee? I did. It came out of committee on the regular quorum court meeting. It came, a regular committee meeting, it came out and failed in the quorum. That's what you asked me, that's what I told, that's what I'm telling you now, that's what happened. And then I sent a letter to you guys, and I don't have to explain it to you, that we are in the negative, we gotta pay a bill. We're here now, voted up or voted down. That's what this quorum court meeting is for.
So basically.
You know that we have to meet these obligations financially. Now that's on you. If you voted down, that's on you guys.
Listen,
Judge, may I be recognized like you recognize Justice Adams, please.
Go ahead, Justice Carroll.
Yes, sir. I watched the videotape from yesterday's meeting, and I watched you clearly share with Justice Williams and Justice Hart that there were only 6 people here, and you could not do any business, and you said it was 7 to have a quorum. You said that it's on videotape, and all the people who watched it heard you say that. And so again, reiterating the point that Justice Franklin was trying to make, you could not have passed these yesterday because you didn't have sufficient bodies here to do any business. And so to say that these came out of committee is absolutely not true.
Justice Carroll.
The same thing is true that there have been other items that have failed in committee as well as quorum court that appeared on the next available agenda, and this idea about it failed previously and cannot come up is simply not true. It's not true. And I just, Lord knows I hate that we just simply, regardless of personal feelings to one another, we won't follow the law. We won't follow the law, we won't follow the Constitution, and we won't follow the duly approved procedure ordinance.
Judge Robinson, I can recall servant number 2 did pass out of committee. It just never did go to full court, but I remember back in earlier February or March, number 2 passed out of committee.
Justice Williams, as you remember, on the regular committee meeting that we had this month, that failed.
In full court.
It
wasn't failed, it said we would come back to it.
It failed in committee. I mean, it failed in it came through committee, but failed in the full court. Yes.
But to come back to it, I remember the language was to come back to it.
Yes, under the appropriate amount, we said that we would address that in the next month.
This is a good time.
Next month. Under which you have now, this is violating the policy.
I'm not sure if I follow, sir.
Okay. The leave time, as we put according to the Jefferson County policies, which was passed in July of 2021, if Miss Bishop had retired, she would have been due those monies. She did not have a break in service. She did not retire, and you can only carry over 80 hours. That's the policy. So I do not have a problem visiting this when we correct the amount and for it to go by the policy. I am not going to break the policy. So we can address that then.
There is a piece of the law that says about that particular thing that if you suffer it to be so that they work those hours and you don't stop that, you have to pay them those hours.
Miss Williams, I can only go by what our policy says.
I showed it to you.
It wasn't voted on.
Well, I appreciate that, Miss Williams. I appreciate that comment.
10 hours.
Okay, we'll move on to the next. Yes, it passed through, and you're correct.
These 3 did not pass through committee, but I know number 2 did.
Okay,
Listen,
well, you're correct.
so basically what we're saying is 3 items.
Justice Franklin, you haven't been recognized.
Well, then recognize me. We'll wait. We'll wait.
Just for that.
We'll wait. We'll wait. You can recognize me now, or after we kill this one, it'll be a discussion, then I have.
That's what the quorum court meeting is for, to either vote it up or
For us
vote
to
it down.
have a discussion, which you are trying to limit debate right now. Just because you don't care about what we're saying or care for
Justice
what
Franklin,
we're saying,
if I
doesn't mean that you get to limit.
Justice Franklin, go ahead.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So basically what you're telling us is that quorum court members are not allowed to put anything on the agenda. Because regardless of whether something fails, or not, whether it comes out of committee, whether it fails at a quorum court meeting, in any other legislative body, if one of the members wants to place something back on the agenda, they have the authority to do so. Now, we're addressing here three things, one of these being funding for our attorney to respond to a lawsuit in which you filed against the quorum court. But you placed our particular legislation for our defense money into human resources where your 4 people that you control killed it in human resources, and it never made it to finance for the majority of the people who need the money for representation for the lawsuit that you filed against them to pay for it. But yet you're using county money in the lawsuit you filed against the quorum court. And you're telling us that we don't get to vote for it, you get to kill it in committee, you stack the committee to control it so that we can't get funding? And that seems fine to you.
I think your attorney would agree that naming the committee members, and I don't see what that has to do with anything. It did not make it out of committee. As the judge, I named the committee members, and that's what I've done.
Our attorney will agree. Our attorney doesn't agree.
Whether you feel like I stacked them or not, that's not up to you.
You said that's
By Attorney General's opinion, that's not up to you. So you answered it. He asked the question. Go ahead, Justice Johnson.
First of all, I'm 70, I'll be 76 years old next month, so nobody controls me. And if the judge controls the 4, then I assume you control the others. But, so that's, I think that's very, the committees have not changed. We're the same committees that we had. This committee should have only been to pay bills. Nobody said that it could not go on the regular meeting. This is not a regular meeting. This is money to pay the bill.
Did you call this meeting? Did the judge call this meeting? Because I'm mistaken.
Well,
the majority of the quorum court called this meeting, and
I did not interrupt you.
We can put whatever we want on the agenda, period.
Yeah, don't interrupt. Let us.
Well, what we're not going to do is come in here and just lie to the quorum court. We're not going to lie to the people. And we've been surrounded and we're being boxed into a corner. You voted against the defense money for the quorum court, did you not?
Justice Franklin.
Why?
Justice Franklin.
Because when I needed to defend some money, the county attorney said that you could not get it. So yes, I did. Because if the defense money comes up now, I'm going to sue the quorum court for, I think it's $38,000, and they're going to give it to me.
So, but you're going to vote for the judge's defense money when he's being sued?
I haven't voted for anybody's money yet.
You did. The last time it came up, you voted for his defense money several times.
Justice Franklin,
No,
Justice
and so
Johnson, Justice Johnson, don't do that. We're gonna move on. Madam Secretary, would you move on to the next roll call? Go ahead.
Adams. I'm sorry, what did you say? Roll call on number 4.
What was that?
I'm on item 4. We're voting on number 4, the appropriation ordinance to provide an appropriation to fund 1006
None of this was properly
ARP.
passed to the quorum court, so for us to vote on it right now, it's an illegal action. You can't pass it, and he's not finna force me into doing something that's illegal.
Adams.
I'm really not clear. I just simply have a problem with 1, 2, and 3, not making 4, 5, 6, 8. We need to talk about all of them. And I'd like to make a motion.
Justice Adams, we're on number 4. You can either vote it up or vote it down.
I have a substitute motion, Judge.
We're here to vote it up or vote it down.
Okay, Judge, may I get some information? May I get some information?
Go ahead, just a
Okay,
second.
it gave me having to make a motion. You said that, according to what I have in my packet, according to the agenda you're going by, according to the agenda you're going by, if I'm correct, you're going by the agenda up on the wall, is that correct? sir.
You looking at that one?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm going by.
Okay, sir. And,
We on number 4. Yep, right here, you see number 4?
what's the last word on number 4?
Fund,
Replacement fund.
replacement fund.
Okay, so. Replacement fund? Okay. Okay. All right, sir.
Okay. Go ahead, Madam Secretary.
Adams,
Judge, I'm gonna ask you again. And I heard you say vote up and down. I need 1, 2, and 3 back on the agenda. And how we need to do that.
I'd like to make a motion to that.
We-
effect.
We can bring that up on the next Quorum Court meeting on next month.
I'd like to make a motion to that effect.
I'm not entertaining that.
Super sponsorship.
I'm not entertaining that. We're either gonna vote it up or vote it down. We're in the vote. So, yay or nay?
Does this item have anything to do with paying the Simmons Bank note?
It's yay or nay,
Does this item have anything to do with paying the Simmons Bank note?
Justice Franklin. Yay
asked the question.
or nay?
We're paused.
This
Does it have anything to do
appropriation,
with paying the Simmons
this
Bank note?
appropriation
Yes or no?
will make us whole.
Yes or no? Does this have anything to do with
Justice
paying the
Franklin,
Simmons Bank note?
Justice Franklin.
We're here for a
Justice
reason.
Franklin.
I asked the question.
Well,
I asked the question.
you determine that,
Does
Justice
this have
Franklin. Did you
anything to do
read?
with
Did you
paying
read
the Simmons
it?
Bank
Did you
note?
read? Did you read your packet?
Yes or no?
Okay, did you read your packet? Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Did you read your packet? Yes or no? Apparently not. Let's move on. Let's go for the vote.
Adams.
Vote it up or vote it down. I ain't got time for this. Let's go. Yay or nay?
Judge, do something,
Yay or nay?
do something.
Y'all something else. Yay or nay?
I don't want you something else. We asking to talk about it.
Vote it up or down. Yay or nay?
You getting upset now.
I'm not upset.
Yeah, yeah.
Yay or nay? So, Adams?
Adams,
Boy. I can't support it, you know.
Okay. Go ahead.
AG, Bird is out. Carroll,
No?
Dumas, Franklin,
This has nothing to do with the Simmons note. It was the state of emergency he stated. No.
okay, it is out. Harding,
Yes.
Holcomb, Jackson, Patricia Johnson, Reginald Johnson, Margaret Williams.
No.
Fail.
Okay. Madam Secretary, next item.
Item 5, an appropriate, oh, let me get the ordinance. Item 5, an appropriation ordinance to provide an appropriation to fund 1,000 county general buildings. Being enacted by the Quorum Court of the County of Jefferson, State of Arkansas, the county judge is authorized to provide an appropriation for $454,839.56 to restore 1,100-4002 backhoe as detailed in the attachments. The county judge is authorized to approve the distribution outlined in the attachments. This appropriation ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval.
Move for adoption.
Motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign.
Nay.
Madam Secretary, call the roll.
Adams,
You're not supported without 1, 2, and 3. No.
A.G. Bird. Carroll,
No.
Dumas, Franklin,
I think this goes back to the question that Justice Gatti had last week when she posed it to the judge. Is it Simmons or, and the judge replied Simmons and other vendors. So no.
okay, it is, Harding,
Yes.
Holcomb, Jackson, Patricia Johnson, Reginald Johnson, Margaret Williams.
No.
Fail.
Okay, Madam Secretary, number 6, please.
Item 6, an appropriation ordinance to provide an appropriation to fund 1,000 County General, County Judge Building. Be it enacted by the Quorum Court of the County of Jefferson, State of Arkansas, Article 1, the county judge is authorized to provide an appropriation for $230,582.97 to 1,100 and 1,108 as detailed in the attachments. 1,100, 3002, management consultant, 20,000. 1,100, 3009, other professional services, 35,000. 1,100, 2007, fuel, oil, and lubricants, 2,000. 1,100, 2003, janitorial supplies, 2,000. 1,100, 3,100, other miscellaneous, 12,000. 1,100, 3,105, Economic Development District, 18,000. 1,100, 3,109, election expenses, 3,000. 1,108, 2002, plumbing and electrical, $6,034. 1,108, 2023, parts and repairs, $46,548.97. 1,108, 2024, maintenance and service contract, 70,000. 1,108, 3052, fire extended coverage, 16,000. The county judge is authorized to approve the distribution outlined in the attachments. This appropriation ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval.
Move for adoption.
Motion has been made and properly second. Any questions?
I can make a substitute motion.
Motion is, it's already been, motion and second.
Judge, I got the judge.
Justice Jackson.
Judge, we took the time to come have this meeting like past and get these bills taken care of.
I took the time last night to be here.
Judge, hold on.
Yeah,
I mean, we're gonna respect it.
yeah.
Respect each other.
And we hadn't had decorum since,
Judge,
a long time.
ask to speak. You ain't got to interrupt.
Yeah.
Speak. Judge,
Justice Jackson, go ahead and speak.
I'm finished.
Thank you. Motion has been made and properly second. All those in favor respond by saying aye.
Question?
Justice Carroll?
Judge, I have a couple of questions on some of the items. The items for fire extended coverage. Can you tell me exactly what that means? Is that a policy? Insurance, what is that?
That's a line item in the budget.
Is it insurance coverage for fire on the building?
It is a line item in the budget.
Management consultant.
It's a line item in the budget.
Other professional services.
It's a line item in the budget. And I think every department has a professional services in their budget.
Let me say this. After the meeting, our council is here, and we're going to have a meeting after this meeting immediately following to discuss what happened at tonight's meeting with our council to get advice moving forward of how to maneuver during quorum court meetings and committee meetings and get clarity on what is right and what is not right. And being that this has not passed out of finance, it can't pass out of full quorum court either way. So let's just get on with the vote and do what we need to do. Oh, but on the second note, if you decide to bring an ordinance or an appropriation ordinance to address the Simmons note and the Simmons note only and separate it from all this other unexplained stuff, I would be more than happy to support it as well as everyone else here at this table.
Thank you, Justice Franklin. All in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign.
Yay.
Madam Secretary.
Adams,
Without 1, 2, and 3, I cannot support.
Agee, oh, not here, Bird, not here. Carroll.
No.
Dumas, Franklin,
Come back to me.
No, we're not going to do that. Either vote it up or vote it down.
Not ready.
Vote it up or vote it down.
Not ready.
Point of order, Judge.
That's a vote.
Point of
Not
order.
ready.
Good. You do, you abstain?
Not ready.
Point of order.
Did it sound like the abstain? I said not ready.
Point of order.
Justice Franklin?
No.
Put it as no.
Gaddy, not here. Harding,
Yes.
Holcomb, not here. Jackson, Patricia Johnson, Reginald Johnson, Margaret Williams.
No.
Fail.
Thank you. Entertain,
I'd like to make
I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Yes, okay, I have to ask a question.
Yes.
I want to ask this, well, I guess I'm asking because Justice Adams said something that he couldn't vote unless we put 1, 2, and 3. But we voted for pay all the other bills, and we didn't have 1, 2, and 3. We voted in the last meeting to pay all the other bills. So my thing is, we voted to pay all the other bills, and 1, 2, and 3 didn't go. Why we can't vote to pay bills? I'm talking about just bills. No, that's not what I'm saying. But we didn't ask for a discussion in the last meeting about them. All I'm saying is that we're supposed to be paying bills. That's what the people elected us to pay bills. That's what we're not doing. And I just wanted to know, because you kept saying without 1, 2, and 3, and we passed all those other items, and without 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. So I entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'd like to make a motion.
Okay, motion has been made and second. Meeting is adjourned.
We didn't take a vote on it, Judge.
We had been taking votes on it, Justice Carroll. Don't make it up now. So. Meeting has been adjourned. The meeting is adjourned. Miss Dale, are you are the attorney for Craighead County? Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
And I think you've received an email saying that you didn't represent the Quorum Court. Now I want to make this clear. Now you do now represent them.
Judge.
Miss Dale, I'm only asking you.
I'm trying to answer your question.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you now represent these members of the Quorum Court in the lawsuit?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you represent the same members or that you sued. So you've sued us, and now.
Do you have a question about whether?
No, I'm just trying to make clear.
No,
So.
we can talk about that.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to be clear in my head.
Yeah.
So you're here tonight.
Question about whether or not.
No, I don't, I mean, ma'am, I'm just asking you if you represent them.
So,
I don't care whether you represent them or not. I'm just asking you, do you represent them?
So my question.
Because I wasn't aware.
And Judge, I'm trying to answer, give you a chance to.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So Judge, if there's questions about procedural things and Quorum Court members have asked that I attend tonight in order to give them assistance, I'm more than happy to do that. It doesn't matter if it's you or if it's a Quorum Court member that does or does not want my representation, I'm more than happy to do that. So I was asked to do that on this particular meeting.
Yes, ma'am, and I have no problem with that, Ms. Dale. I was just trying to make clear.
So if the question is about who I've represented in the past or various things, then I'm more than happy to discuss that with anyone.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. That's all I want to know. The meeting is not in session. We've adjourned.